I'd like to show you how to edit a picture for a website using an application called Picasa. Picasa is completely free of charge. You can download it from a Google website. But before I do that, before I show you how that works, I'd like to just talk you briefly through how pictures need to be formatted for a website. I have a high resolution picture that I'm going to show you. I'm going to go to pictures. I've prepared it earlier. You'll see that this picture here, when I hover over it, it tells me it's 2.95 megabytes. And the dimensions are 4992 pixels wide by 3328 deep. That's huge. That's about 7 or 8 times the width of the average computer screen. That in terms of pixels, and it's infinitely larger than you'd want on a website. I'm going to compare it with some of the pictures that have been used on the Beck2 website. So I'm going to right click on this picture of Tony Lennon and look at the properties, and you'll see that this is 220 pixels wide by 146 deep, and that's about the size we need to be looking at to look respectable on a website like this. I think any larger and it starts to dominate. You'll also see that it's 10.5 kilobytes, which is a tiny fraction of the size that you'd expect a picture like this to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this picture, which is 2.95 megabytes, and we're going to turn it into something that's closer to 20 or 30 kilobytes max, and we're going to aim to get it down to about 200, 250 kilobytes wide if we can. Okay, in order to do this, you're going to need to go to Google if you haven't got Picasa installed already. If you have, then you won't need to do this. But if you type Picasa in Google, Picasa 3, that'll do it. Click here, free download from Google, and you'll need to click here, download Picasa 3.5 or whatever the current version is, and this will install on your computer. It'll take about 5 minutes, and what it'll do is it'll install and then it'll index all of the photographs on your computer. Okay, I've installed this already, so I'll just get on with this now. If you want to go and install it, you can pause this video while you do that and then come back. Okay, I'm going to take this high resolution video and I'm going to edit it using Picasa. And the way I'll do that is I'll right click on the picture and you'll see a menu comes up. Your menu may not have all of these items, it may not have a lot of these items, but it will almost certainly have something that says open with. And when you hover over that, you'll see that a range of other applications come up here. One of them is Microsoft Office Picture Manager, and I've also loaded up a video showing you how to use that. If you have Microsoft Office Picture Manager, I'd urge you to use it. It's easier to use than Picasa. The only reason I'm not suggesting that you use it unless you have it is because it's expensive. It comes bundled with the Microsoft Office suite. But we also have Picasa Photo Viewer, and I'm going to open that picture using Picasa Photo Viewer now. Here we are, and you'll see it's opened up. We've got the full width of the screen, and you'll see at the bottom here there is a menu. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit in Picasa. I'm going to click here, and there it is. So here's the picture. You'll see I have a toolbar of things I can do down here, and there are things I can do to fine-tune the picture here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it, and I'm going to crop it manually. You can fix it, you can crop it so that it will cut to a perfectly square CD cover, for instance, or different sizes. Okay, we're going to crop it manually. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab here and do this. And there we have the kind of framing that we'd like to have. I can grab it like this and move that framing around once I'm satisfied with the shape. If I want this letterbox shape, I can grab it there, make it thinner. Like that, I can drag the edge in there. And you'll see that we've got a reasonably cropped picture there. Okay, so let's apply that. There we have the new picture. There are other things you can do here. You can, if you want to, you can make the picture black and white or tinted or give it a filmy grain. I'm not going to do any of these, but you can do if you want. If the picture has red eye, in this case it doesn't, you can use the red eye button that tells you how to do it. You can add text to it. I'm not going to do that, but you can play around with these. Have a play with it. It can be fun. Okay, so we've got the right size now. Now what I want to do is I want to export the picture. I want to get it in such a way that I can use it on the web. So I'm going to export it. In fact, let's browse and find the best place, because it's important that you find somewhere just right for it. So I'm going to put it in my pictures folder. Let's look at rewards. High resolution photos, high res to edit. Okay, and I'm going to then add a folder there called cropped pictures again. I want to resize it to the smallest possible. Now 320 is the smallest that it will let me do this. Picasa isn't perfect for picture editing for the web. You will be able to slightly resize the picture when it's on the site as well. But 320 is the smallest we're going to do, so we'll have to settle for that. The next question is image quality. We want to get the image quality minimum on this. We want to get the picture as small as possible, smallest file size, some quality loss. But this means that it'll work for the web. So when I click OK, you'll find it's exporting to the folder. And up comes the folder it's gone into. So here we are. Now let's have a look at this picture. 20.2 kilobytes, 320 by 136 in file size, in the dimensions on the page, 320 pixels. Now that's slightly wider than the picture I showed you at the start of the video, but I think it'll do. As I've said, Picasa isn't the perfect picture editing tool for websites, but it's free, it's very easy to use, and I think it's the right alternative if you don't have Microsoft Office Picture Manager. Once you've done that, you can then go and upload that photograph to the website, and there will be a video on the Back to Training YouTube channel that will show you how to add pictures once you've got them to your website. Thanks very much.